Alright kids, before we get this, whatever the opposite of a party is, started, I need to replace this cold open with an announcement. A little mistake in terms of parallel thinking. It turns out that NITE TALK was a sketch on Mr. Show, and I had no idea.
NITE TALK with the Senate Subcommittee. It's actor-writer Jon Stewart.
And I have a long history of these things happening to me, and it bothers me a lot. But you know what? I'm not alone, because it turns out, we like to think Invader Zim is so original, but look at this.
Zim and Zam, the pro golfers in outer space.
Oh, and on a deleted scene in one of the Louis DVDs, there's a story of a glory hole that gives some sort of spiritual orgasm. Turns out that was something that was also on Mr. Show. I believe Louis C.K. was roommates with David Cross at the time.
My name is David Cross. I photograph toilets.
Point is, I have to change the title now to That NITE TALK. But that's not enough. So I'm gonna change the spelling of night to night, and that's just gonna have to be good enough. Let's just get on with this thing.
What the fuck was that? 11-9 was an outside job. Kevin Piastra's Post-Inauguration Pre-Apocalypse Special.
I feel very hosty and toasty, but the collar is ruining my neck. Bow, like some of them do. I don't know why us hosts do that. How far can I go? I'm a sensei. Welcome to my late night dojo. Wipe off your feet, literally. We don't need feet here. You won't be learning a sidekick. I can't even do it. Speaking of sidekicks and hacky segues, I still don't have a sidekick, but positions aren't open, so shut up. But our band has been replaced this evening, not with spit, but with this anonymous singing acquaintance of mine. But enough about me. Wait, that wasn't about me. And it's never enough. It's never enough for people doing this. Anyway, welcome guys, gals, non-binary pals. Goddamn, this is the lamest monologue I've ever done. Greetings, human and non-humans. I try to be all-inclusive. So progressive that I'm against gendered sunglasses. So I wear exclusively women's in this new PC landscape that's becoming an apocalyptic hellscape. We're a divided nation, and the last thing we need is some millennial getting political. But here I am. I tried to look all artsy and pretentious with the goatee by growing a goatee. But when you're at my weight, you end up looking like a redneck hillbilly hunter. Not a hunter of hillbillies, but a hillbilly who is one. I said we're being all-inclusive tonight. Tuck in. Tuck in. Fuck out. Just to clarify, I wear this purple tie not to signify bipartisanship, but for non-partisanship. A green tie would have been better, but this background is not real, and I would look like I have a giant hole in my chest, bigger than the hole in Trump's heart. I didn't say president before his name, but that's kinda what he is now. It's official. Russian officials? What? Oh, anyway. So Donnie, out of his element Trump, thinks he's gonna get away with a Muslim ban. Well, then I'm gonna get away with part of this monologue being intercut with portions of a stand-up set I did in the future 4 months from now. I hate my hair. It has a life of its own. It goes out and sneaks out at night, and well, like Trump's. They met in Russia, and his hair groped mine, grabbed it by the follicles. Because some folks have a bad hair day, and I have a bad hair life. I hate to admit I have anything in common with him, but thankfully that's about it. I really didn't want to bring up Trump tonight. We're just so addicted to talking about him, which is how we got that far. If he's going to abuse his power like that and go banning people, can he at least get rid of groups that are an actual bother? This isn't a rally, hear me out. I don't mean race, religion, or gender. I mean specific groups of annoying people. Because if the president's going to abuse their power, don't you think they should do it, they should do something that, benefits us for once? First on the list should be Steve Bannon. I know it wouldn't make sense for him to do that, but if he wants to boost those approval ratings that are...
Like, what about these hipsters, like in the coffee shops with their computers? And then they sit there and they're pretending to write scripts is what they're doing. And it's just annoying with their little moleskin notebooks and their pens. I'm like, dude, Da Vinci, it's 2017. Use the overpriced computer you have sitting there with you anyway. I'm writing my screenplay. Really, it looks like you're staring at your screensaver, which is a screenshot of the first page of Taken 2. I mean, what are these exhibitionists? That's what they are, they're exhibitionists. What do they expect? Like Scorsese's gonna come walking into the cafe? Wow, a real life writer! What do you got? Let's produce it right now! That's the best Scorsese impression you'll ever hear, unless you know what he sounds like.
Up next, these middle-aged guys, or anyone already out of college, who are still wearing their class rings. It's fucking stuck. It's fucking stuck. Okay, up next on the list. And what about these people who insist on making their pets wear sweaters? Just, oh my god. Why is that still a thing? It ain't cute. Cats and dogs already have sweaters. It's all the time on. It's called fur. Why not make clothes for those who need them? No, can't have that. That would make sense. And it used to be we didn't all have to see it, but now with Facebook, they post it on Facebook, which people say the bright side is, oh, it's bringing the world together. No, the world was small enough. It's a small world. Now it's a cramped elevator. Like these people who take the pictures of themselves in the mirrors at the gym the whole time, in everybody's way. That's the only way I see the inside of the gym, by the way, is those pictures. It's not the gym anymore. It's the selfie zone. How many calories can you burn pressing that little button? Your camera's getting more of a workout than you are. Who else should we get rid of? Oh, anyone who makes and shares fake news. How about that? They're not all laughing at those lines, because some things are too funny to laugh at. You know who else I'd ban? Anyone who would call what I'm doing right now a listicle. Oh. You know who else we should get rid of? These people who blow their nose in the tissue and they look inside the tissue every time they blow their nose. Like I had a bloody nose before I came on stage tonight, which is a great pre-show ritual. And so I looked because that's the only excuse you should have to look in the tissue is, yeah, okay, I have a bloody nose, let me check. Other than that, it's, what is the rationale behind the impulse? People are like, oh, it's human nature. I'm like, it shouldn't be. To look in the tissue every time, like, what, is there some sort of prize involved? Did you enter some kind of sweepstakes? I've never seen anyone go, I won! I don't believe it! I've never won anything in my life! It's no wonder you're looking in all the wrong places. But maybe soon they'll have commercials like the New York Lottery called the Snottery. Kleenex. Hey, you never knows. We should also ban people who end their joke on a pun like I just did. Finally, a little bonus one for my list here. All these hacks who keep claiming Donald Trump is Andy Kaufman. Folks, Inauguration Day, he'd have taken off the prosthetics during the speech. Oh, bravo! A stunning performance. In that I'm stunned you're still performing. Oh, great. This guy should have been on the list. It's my sworn enemy, my swearing all the time enemy, Hank Darrow. Oh, it's wrong sound effect. I'm a sniff. Tis I, Hank Sticky Buns Darrow. Folks call him my evil twin. What? They say what? We're not related and look nothing alike. I've never been so insulted in all my life. And you're wrong. It's true. It's the most legitimate conspiracy theory I know. And I'm not kidding, like satirists like you or Alex Jones. But he's serious. What? He means that shit? Well, then I actually respect him. You look like Newman. No, you look like Newman. At best, you are the Newman to my Seinfeld. Hey, Jerry, who are these people? They're Scientologists. Whoa. What's the deal with Scientology? Whoa. It's not science, it's not ology. No, stop. And what's the deal with 17-year-old girls? Stop. Why are you doing this? Are they legal? No, seriously, are they? Because you think you know what an off night is. Ooh, look at me. I do transcendental meditation. I'd be doing this if it would fit. You are like Jerry. That's the problem. You fail what you called the Seinfeld test. So maybe you're the hack. You hacked my Evernote. That's right. And if you don't let me do this segment, I'll release some humiliating stuff there. Fuck it. Just hurry up. You already ruined the special. That tissue bit you just did, here's the first time you did it. Roll the thing or do the thing.
But the one thing I've always noticed is going to stay the same is that you're always going to see someone in class go up and get a tissue. They got to sit there and watch it. Have you ever seen someone blow their nose and then look inside the tissue? What do they do that for? This is nothing new there. Are you afraid your brain is going to sort out? I mean, you're not looking for gold. I just don't see the reason behind it. I mean, is there some sort of prize involved? Do they enter some kind of a sweepstakes? I mean, I've never seen anyone go, I won. I don't believe it. I've never won anything in my life. No wonder you look at all the wrong places. But maybe soon they'll come out with commercials like the New York Lottery. Call it the snottery. Kleenex. Hey, you never know. You had that prepared? Look, that was my first, literally, time ever at 15. Yeah, the rhythms were similar. You couldn't even hope to be that. You have my last banana snapple? I was saving that for the last 4.5 years. It's like 2013 expired. Swallow first. That's what she said, remember? Okay. Yeah, I've been drinking it. Helps expand my consciousness, man. Like the mercury from the CFL bulbs I broke in your studio 8 months ago. Oh, that explains the hair loss. Skin changes. Poor fucking vision. Thanks. Anyway, whatever. The Kaufman Trump thing. But Donald Trump is Andy Kaufman. If I could demonstrate Exhibit A. Exhibit B. Fuck the exhibits. This ain't a fucking museum. Okay, so like, if I could look over, you're over there. By the satellite. Never mind the satellite, like the illusion. Donald Trump looks like Tony Clifton, a character played by Andy Kaufman. And then, get this, kids, Bob's Mood. Kaufman's writer and the guy who also played Tony Clifton wrote a book in 2014, a year before he announced he'd run. What's the opposite of special? He explained he faked his death, prosthetics. How could someone who's not getting chemo be bald if they only have his lung cancer? How can they have lung cancer if he's a health fanatic? Maybe he's smoking the stuff, I don't know. I don't give a shit. This guy sucks. What's so funny about not being funny? And then 2016, there's an Andy Kaufman Award at, what is it called? Akuba? UCB. UCB, yeah. So like, it's suspended this year. We're not doing it because of Trump. So, and he knew Robin Williams. And Robin Williams died, committed suicide in 2014. I think the year that Mrs. Doubtfire was going to come back. Another prosthetics thing. And he played the grandmother of Andy Kaufman he was friends with Kaufman. Wait a minute. He was in a movie called Man of the Year, which was about a guy running for president who's just a show personality asshole. Which he did a year before that Calbert guy, that punchable face, weird ear, nobody. Fuck. And yet in an interview in some book, Satirists' Diarrhea, I don't know, Robin Williams was in it and called the guy so original and like, quote, a political Andy Kaufman. Aha. See the connection? You better. I'm thinking, no, it ain't Kaufman. Kaufman's final prank was to convince the world that he was gonna fake his death.
Could be the last conversations before he got killed. Well, you better put the tape somewhere so I know where they're at. But then wouldn't people hate me when it turns out I'm really alive? No, because then every few months you die, right?
Because he liked Elvis and Elvis didn't. It's the long game. Robin Williams is Donald Trump. Just do your fucking thing. I'm sitting this one out. Be in the fucking audience. As for Kaufman, there's like a 1 year age difference, 1 inch height difference. I don't know what the age and height would have been for Robin Williams, but I'm sticking to my belief. Those are prosthetics. Look at those pictures. That's not the same Donald Trump. Oh, the wrestling connection. Donald Trump's the Wrestling Hall of Fame. Andy Kaufman was big in wrestling. Trump was inducted the same year a woman came forward claiming to be Andy's daughter. Coincidence? They were both guys were like king and dominant in the 80s. So they knew each other probably, or met probably. And they were kings of just doing crazy shit. Fucking with people. Offending people. He might go the whole presidency. He'll probably try to get impeached. Boy, this is the most coherent I've ever been. I think that's it. These lights are starting to hurt. Oh, back to you. Hate doesn't even begin to fucking describe it. Now I have to get a restraining order again. I don't... Well, we'll be right back because we fucking have to. Patricia, my therapist. And after that, my aunt because she's obsessed with politics. And ripping off Jerry. Shut up! Well, see, comedians in cars getting coffee. Yeah, you read it. We're gonna be premiering a thing that is a parody of Jerry Seinfeld's Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. It's political and without the coffee, but we still called it jerk-offs and jalopies getting Java. Will there be an act tonight? Will they show up? As usual, always a mystery. Keeps it exciting.
Obama's talking about all of this with the global warming. It's a hoax. I mean, it's a money-making industry, okay?
January 20th, this ominous day. Everything reminds you of Trump. You see? This shirt, orange. Orange has been ruined. This credit card. I'm extremely depressed, folks. Do I start with that? Well, no, I should start with welcome back because I'm a host. And a host shouldn't admit that they're extremely depressed, folks. He who should not be named. Baltimore would be better. The weird thing about that is Putin looks like Dobby. I was a fan for a long time. I never got... It doesn't matter. Look, this part doesn't look professional. It looks very vloggy because I'm too depressed. So go into the studio, because there is a studio. I'm exhausted. I'm pissed that this is all being shot out of order. Who knows when this will be uploaded. Certainly, my hair looks terrible. Worse than usual. Certainly this part is going to be put where the guest segment as it always is, because we're a little traditional. You can't vet every idea. So I assume no one's done this. What we're going to do is we're going to have on my therapist, Patricia Eagleman, because I'm too busy and too depressed to go into the studio and all this. And to kill two birds with one stone. And you know, those birds probably want to die because, again, he won. He who shall not be named. We're going to do a two-parter here. First, be general catch-up. Then we'll dive into the important stuff. Because I'm not important. Please welcome live via not being here in person, Dr. Patricia Eagleman. Hey, welcome.
Hello.
Dr. Patricia.
Goatee, interesting.
The goatee? I don't know, I'm just trying a new look. I'm not necessarily taking up drinking and becoming an alcoholic. I just...
Whatever.
You know I have this thing about I can't talk to you without the sunglasses. I'm sorry.
Have you been keeping up with your medications?
Well, no, but...
Whatever.
Do you think maybe I should switch to a shrink?
Now, your motivations for doing a show like this, do you think you're perhaps a little manic?
I don't even know if this was a good idea. I mean, I'm not that comfortable talking about this in front of a...
Okay, let's take a deep breath now.
Oh, here we go, this again. This is what I pay you for, to tell me that.
You have to keep it
Keep going,
Just keep swimming as they said in the Doris or the Dory
Okay,
or the...
alright.
Now, you absolutely must keep things in perspective. You must...
Right.
You must look at the big picture.
Yeah.
Are you listening?
Yes.
You gotta,
Okay,
you gotta
but-
grab life by
Okay,
the
well-
short hairs and
but
just
we'll be-
get out
we'll be-
there and be a real
Okay, we'll be
tiger.
right... Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, we'll be right back, everybody. And we're back with Dr. Patricia Eagleman.
My, this is quite unorthodox. A session right here on national TV.
The web.
Oh. Internet? Oh.
Yes, I'm sure this is some kind of breach of doctor-patient confidentiality, but...
Never mind that noise. I had to jump at a chance to be on TV or the internet. I don't have the kind of cred or pull that would land me on Dr. Phil or a show like that. Or Oprah.
What? Oprah's been off the air for years.
Oh, please!
You're serious?
Well, I guess I have been a bit sheltered for the past few years.
Well, then this isn't gonna go as planned. I had you on to talk to you about the election.
This was an election year?
Oh, holy... What? Wasn't there a pre-interview? Do I not have producers all of a sudden? Should we just cut?
Look, relax, okay? You know I recommend to all my patients that they not watch the news.
Believe me, I'd love to not, but it's literally my job. So, you don't even know who ran?
Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt? Usain Bolt.
In the race.
Right.
No, in the presidential race.
I mean, I pay attention to the good news. I had an algorithm developed by my programmer friend that tracks my browser. My devices can only access positive information. Hasn't been much. As for TV, I don't watch myself. I don't watch. But I will watch myself on this when it airs.
If it airs. Today was inauguration day.
Oh, I like to think 2016 was just wonderful, glorious. Just unicorns giving birth to flying rainbow puppies. They eat joy and they defecate pure happiness. All of our celebrities are alive and well. We live in a time and a country where things like Ebola are not a worry. 2016, the global orgasms dipped in gold factory. Correct?
Okay, aside from the sheer delusion and the fact I'm never going to you again, you really don't know about Hillary or anything.
Oh, as a woman, I was glad to hear Hillary becoming the frontrunner of something. I didn't know what. I didn't think it was the election. I thought maybe it was a White House bake sale or something. Quite quaint. You know, a contest. But I assume whatever it was, she ran against Jeb and beat him, yeah? Yeah?
I hate to break this to you. This is too much to swallow in one sentence, but Donald Trump.
What are you bringing him up for? I thought we were talking about the election.
Well, that's the thing. He ran for president and technically won.
Oh, you! April Fool's Day! It's only on April Fool's. Not that anyone ever believed that.
No, seriously, did you hear how my fake machine studio audience didn't laugh? I wasn't joking. Regardless if it was funny, whenever I make a joke, the machine is hit and there's a laugh noise produced. My first question was gonna be, what are you doing for Inauguration Day?
What am I gonna do? Oh, I don't know. You know, the usual, jump off a fucking bridge. Maybe tie a rope around my neck. Maybe watch the speech first, see if there's a message of hope.
The ship has sailed on that, but... okay, come on, calm down. Look,
I have to call my therapist. No.
And I need a new one. We'll be right back, I guess. I have no idea what kind of car this is. The only thing I can tell you about it is that it's cream colored, not white. That's as sophisticated and in-depth as I get. I know nothing about cars, and I won't be doing the driving today. In fact, this ain't even the car we'll be taking, but instead, its owner decided to drive her Lexus. It's white, not cream colored. Just like her. Who is she? Actress Nicole Kidman. I mean, my Aunt Gayle Gilvey. The worst example of a liberal I've ever met. Poster child of everything wrong with pretentious, left-wing, paternalistic, elitist, limousine, liberal hypocrisy. Often called the Ann culture of the left.
As far as considering myself a liberal, no. And most liberals would call me a radically right-winger because I do believe in the death penalty in certain situations. And I also think we ought to just start shooting people coming across the border, and that's hardly liberal. I think we should give a fair warning. Instead of our government spending billions to make a fence across the country, which is ludicrous to keep out illegals, we should just say, starting tomorrow at midnight, anybody that comes across our border illegally will be shot. And guess what? 3 dead illegal crossers and the whole flood would stop. I could save this country billions if they would only listen.
Same attitude, but yes, 50% more facts. I can't emphasize enough, I am non-partisan, but like anyone with half a brain cell, I'm anti-Trump. You know who I am, and this is Jerk-Offs in Jalopies Getting Java.
Hey, Kev, I think I need to borrow your outgoing message. Like I said, never underestimate the stupidity of the American people. Wow. Shocking, disgusting, etc. If we survived the Bush years, we did. Well, they don't have to go into the military and get killed and hanged. And a few other things that will affect us, but not detrimentally that bad. And we'll survive it. I'm sure Dems will get back in next time. Unfortunately, so many ignorant people came out of the woodwork and voted. Racists that never voted before. And the unemployed coal workers who think Trump's going to bring back coal. What are you going to do? I'm not able to do too much damage. There are three branches of the government. Unfortunately, they're all run by Republicans as of January. But that's happened before too, and we'll survive. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Bad day in America for sure.
Full disclosure, this segment was created on November 22nd, 2016. Hello, welcome to my new segment, Jerk-Offs and Jalopies Getting Java. An obvious parody of Jerry Seinfeld's Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. The man needs a shorter domain name.
He's speaking for himself, though.
Yes.
Jerk-offs.
Anyway, here we are in the PIASTRA'S Parked Political Pundits edition. Now, I'm an independent, but I'm going to have to out you, Mrs. Driver,
Okay.
as a liberal Democrat, for the record.
You can call me that. I actually think I'm just a Democrat, but
Okay.
I'm liberal in some things and not so liberal in others, so therefore I would think I'm actually moderate. But let's see how it rolls.
I don't even think one's political affiliation would matter in this case. So first question, Donald Trump, what do you think?
You have an hour? Basically appalled. I've never heard such a foul-mouthed, misogynist, xenophobic, racist creep speak and run, never mind be elected by the Electoral College. The popular vote was won by Hillary, but not by enough. I understand that, and that's sad that enough Democrats didn't come out. My nickname for him is Despicable Donald, and he has done nothing to debunk the idea that he is a full-on racist by Steve Bannon being one of his closest advisors. In the media, they'll say, oh, well, he said stop it. These racist attacks done across the country, about 800 incidents reported. Many people never report anything. In Donald Trump's name, people that have bashed gays, attacked Muslims, sent racist tweets to Jewish reporters. He ran some raves about the man that gave the speech in Hamilton the other night.
Right, I was just going to say, what are your projections? Worst president, what do you think is going to happen?
Worst and most dangerous.
Probably could go down as the worst.
And embarrassing. The most embarrassing person. He's already embarrassing and he's not even inaugurated yet.
Tell us the charming little anecdote of when you ran into one of his many ex-wives.
We were at a John Fogerty concert at the Beacon Theater in New York about 2 months ago. Lo and behold, there's Marla Maples and her, and I don't know if it's her boyfriend, her date, or her husband, for all I know. We're about 2 rows away from us. I'm not a celebrity hunter. I think I was going in the ladies' room, she was coming out, or vice versa. We literally bumped into each other. So I said, hey, Marla. I said, who you voting for? And she said, oh, aren't you keen? Wouldn't answer, but her beau, date, husband, whoever he was, said, I'm voting for Hillary. I subsequently found out she is barred from commenting anything about him, as are all his ex-wives. Legally, they cannot say anything against him, or they lose money. He can sue them. They have all signed papers upon their divorces that they would say nothing bad about him. I would love to know, because I'll bet you he's covering the story about his little hands, and he doesn't want them talking about anything like that.
Let's backtrack here a little bit. When Trump, and that is his real name, first announced he'd be running, what was your initial reaction when it first happened?
I thought, oh my God, this guy's been saying this several election cycles, and I didn't think he really would. He did, and then I thought he'd never make it. And it only solidifies my thought that
one can never underestimate the sheer stupidity of the American
voter.
That's gonna be a bumper sticker someday.
Yeah.
What do you think his actual motivations were in the beginning?
I thought just pure ego, something to do, something to make himself more famous. His Trump label,
marketing.
It's all about
Yeah.
branding,
Yeah.
marketing.
Publicity stunt.
Yucks.
What were your feelings on Bernie?
Well, I liked Bernie. I mean, when I first was introduced to him, I really had not heard much of him before. Things need to be shook up. However, I saw how they smeared Hillary for 30 years. They're relentless pit bulls in the right-wing media. I saw how Fox News, faux news, as I call it, because it is mostly fake news and lies, and they have no accountability. And when they're called on the fact that they're telling out lies, they say they're infotainment and cannot be held to the standard of a real news organization. Unfortunately, too many Americans think they are real news and believe what they say.
That's what I said when they were saying about Facebook with that fake news. I said, well, it was thanks to Fox that Bush got in, frankly.
If you see what they did to Hillary for 30 years, 30 long years, because they're threatened by a woman, threatened by health care for all. This is why they were on her case from the get-go. And they would have smeared Bernie. He would never have a chance with the lying media, the right wing, smearing social democrat. You know, it would have been horrible. He wouldn't have gotten the votes that Hillary got.
Please defend your choice of Hillary.
Hillary, has a lot of experience. She's extremely intelligent, more than any of the men. The only one who's possibly close to her in intellect, in my opinion, is probably Obama. You know, people will think, oh, she's just a Democratic liberal. If you listen to all those men and you listen to her follow-through, her tenacity, her assertiveness, she can be right in there with any of them, and she just has a vast wealth of experience. She's been around the block, to say, and she started at a very young age, and not for any money, just like Obama, working in the grassroots, not just in it for the money or the power.
How much of the media is to blame for all this, and why? Specifically, Trump's exposure.
It's easy money for all the networks, and I'm very, very, very disappointed in CNN, who I've been a viewer of since they started back in the late 70s, early 80s, whatever that was. Really disgusted. They basically locked the cameras and let him ramble. Giving him extremely, crazy amounts of free air in the $1 billion range between all the media, and just doing nothing but letting him talk, letting him spew, letting him ramble. No such thing as equal time in this. They didn't give it to Hillary. In fact, she's a boring candidate compared to him. Absolutely. She's just telling real facts. She's not making things up. She's not getting people hysterical.
Like with the Kennedy assassination, we will all remember where we were on this recent election night. Where were you, and what was going through your head?
So I actually went to bed maybe around 11:30, maybe 11, because we wasn't sure yet. It was not leaning in Hillary's direction, but I thought, well, that'll change overnight. I got up in the middle of the night and looked at my phone, and one of my friends had said, oh my God, I can't believe this horror. And so I knew at 4 a.m. that he had won.
Anything else you'd like to add? A final message to the few viewers?
We hope that the other Republicans moderate his insanity. I don't have a lot of faith in that, because I think a lot of them are really aggressively trying to cut Social Security and Medicare, and I can assure you that most Trump supporters and voters don't even know that, because they don't read a newspaper, and these are not things they do on sound bites on TV. Talks about that. Paul Ryan has been saying it for several years, that he wants to cut out Social Security disability, he wants to cut back Social Security insurance in general, and raise the age of eligibility to Medicare to 67. Climate change denier. Hopefully there are other people, some moderate Republicans who are decent people, who know that we don't want to poison all the kids and poison all the earth for the next generation, and they will fight him. And the Democrats will certainly fight him. And I hope a lot of people, government, treat Trump as the Republicans had treated Obama. Goes around, comes around, do unto others.
Thank you. We will be right back. Welcome back, viewers, and not welcome back to the non-viewers. We forgot to book an act for tonight, so please welcome some high school talent show footage intercut with some bootleg footage of the band Better Than Ezra. Oh, I just stubbed my toe and I'm trying to do a narration. Oh, please tell me we can cut, goddammit! Okay, fine. Alright, hold on. Oh, God! Okay. That Night Talk is brought to you by the Donald Trumpet. Yes, the Donald Trumpet. Hear what celebrities and non-celebrities alike sound like using it. Kevin Piastra.
You people know a lot about trucks. Bing, bing, bong.
David Lynch.
A person who's flat-chested is very hard to be a 10.
She ate like a pig.
The boob job is terrible. You know, they look like two light bugs coming out of a body.
A time-traveling Dizzy Gillespie.
And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the I took off her and I moved on her like a bitch. But I couldn't get there, and she was married.
And it can be used as a megaphone. Just set it to riot mode.
Hell no, he must go. Not my president. I may not be racist, but I do judge the color of your skin if you're going to be president. The color of my shirt. Okay, that's not really a millennial slogan. Okay, I'm just going to go punch a Nazi. It's the most millennial thing you can do right now. Like vaping an avocado.
The Donald Trumpet. Annoy your frenemies with it today.
Vladimir Putin.
Losers, 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 losers.
Well, folks and folksettes, tonight may be my final night doing something late night related. I don't fucking need these anymore. I've been working on late night videos type stuff, whether people saw it or not. It's been a weird, insane hobby passion of mine since 2007. The news satire thing I was doing before I even knew it was a thing. I thought it was brilliant, like at fucking 13 or something. That does show a weird person, I will admit. It's pretty strange that someone would try to make a late night talk show literally themselves, minus the guests. What kind of sicko becomes their own fucking cast, crew, writer, director, producer? Beyond egotism. I guess I learned something tonight. That I need to get a blood test for the mercury, for one. Most likely I will only be doing fan-related videos, because that seems to be the only thing that gets views anymore. Your views don't get views. See, it's lines like that that make me go, oh, why do I do this? I don't think I'm going to be on camera either. But this was it. This was supposed to be the grand finale of this strange experiment that I wasted my life on, my money on, my resources, my time, my obsession. And that guy ruined it. I mean, you talk about Donald Trump. I mean, this guy's like the fucking same guy. So this is it. I stand here going on too long. I'll leave you with this, folks. Well, I already said I'll leave you with this and another thing. I'll leave you with this one final thing, folks. A lot of liberals, I'm not, which I'm not. A lot of people who do late night-ish, satire-ish, comedy-ish stuff got attacked for not attacking and criticizing Obama enough. I did. I never got to do my Obama impression. This is my worst version I've ever done. We did attack him. The drones, the appointing a Secretary of Treasury who never even did his taxes. There was less to attack about this man, okay? Plenty of other things, plenty of other scandals. I don't want to get into it. It's 2017, new year, same old me. As someone who has been doing public speaking, I'll tell you this. Sure, Obama's alright compared to the bookends of evil, Trump and Bush, but he's no good public speaker. Talk about wasting resources, he wasted a very precious resource, time. Have you heard those pauses? I took the liberty of compiling all the from one of his speeches. Compressed them together into one video. That's our end credits. I'm getting out of the satire game. If that's what you could have called this. At least for now. Maybe forever. Wish I could have sold the Donald Trumpet, but who the hell would buy it? This is a defeated American in a defeated America. Signing off.
My name is Barack Obama.
We will deal with this later. Oh.